My name is Margaret Hale, and at 72, I thought I had already lived through every possible heartbreak life could offer. But I was wrong. I never imagined that one sentence spoken so casually, so coldly would change the entire direction of my life. I remember the exact tone of her voice. I remember the sting. I remember thinking, how did love turn into this? What happened next? The flight I booked, the decision I made, the unexpected path I walked, it saved me. This is my story from Maine. The day everything changed. Already delivered previously, included here again for full version. I remember the way the cold wind moved through the cracked windows that morning. Maine winters are quiet, almost too quiet, as if the whole world is holding its breath. I sat by the kitchen table, fingers tied around a chipped mug of tea. My hands trembled, but not from the cold, from the uncertainty pressing on my chest. I had moved in with my son, Ethan, and his wife, Claire, after my health began slipping. Asking for help was never easy for me. I was the woman who worked 2 jobs for decades. I was the woman who raised 2 children alone after my husband died suddenly. I was the woman who fixed everything even when I was the one breaking. But age humbles you in ways you don't expect. That morning, I heard footsteps. I looked up, expecting Ethan. Instead, it was Claire. Her arms crossed. Her chin lifted. No warmth in her eyes. Then she said it. My mom wants me to kick you out. You deserve it. Just like that. As if I were nothing. As if I hadn't given my entire life to the very family she married into. I blinked. I deserve what? She shrugged. You're a burden, Margaret. My mom says we're too young to be taking care of someone your age. A burden. The word washed over me like icy water. I whispered, does Ethan know? He will, she replied, already turning away. My heart cracked quietly inside my chest. I walked to my small room, sat on the edge of the bed, and picked up the old photograph of my children. Ethan was 5 in that picture, smiling big, missing both front teeth. I touched his little face in the frame. When did I become someone unwanted? Memories flooded my mind. I remembered standing in the freezing cold, waiting for the school bus with him. I remembered feeding them while pretending I wasn't hungry. I remembered repairing their clothes by hand late into the night. I remembered burying their father alone, promising I would hold the family together. I had given everything. And now I was being removed like old furniture. I lay awake all night whispering. I never thought I would survive a moment like this. But fate wasn't ending my story. It was beginning it. That night I barely slept. My heart felt bruised. My mind kept replaying her words, you deserve it. By dawn, I realized something: staying where I wasn't wanted would destroy what little of me remained. So I opened Ethan's laptop and searched flights. Anywhere far enough that I could breathe again. I had an old friend in Ohio, Helen, someone who once felt like a sister to me. We hadn't spoken deeply in years, but some people never leave your heart. With trembling hands, I booked the cheapest one-way ticket I could find. Later that evening, when Ethan returned from work, I stood in front of him. Ethan, I'm leaving tomorrow. His face fell. Mom, why? Because silence hurts worse than cruelty. And you didn't stop her. A single tear slid down his cheek. I kissed his forehead, the same forehead I kissed every night when he was small. I love you, my boy, but I must love myself too. The next morning, I left quietly. No goodbyes, no promises, no anger, only pain, and a strange new strength growing under it. When the plane lifted off, I watched Maine shrink beneath me. The snow, the pine trees, the home that no longer felt like home. For the first time in years, I whispered, maybe this is my chance. When I landed in Ohio, the air felt different. Heavier. Not cold like Maine, but uncertain, like the beginning of a story I didn't know the ending to. I stepped out of the airport with only my small suitcase and a handbag filled with memories more than belongings. Helen's number was scribbled on a piece of paper. I dialed it with shaking hands. Helen? It's me, Margaret. There was a pause, then a gasp. Then her voice broke into tears. Margaret? Oh my lord, darling, where are you? I told her everything. Not the exact words Claire had said, I couldn't yet speak them out loud, but enough for her to understand. I'm coming to get you, she said. When she arrived, she didn't ask for explanations. She didn't judge. She simply wrapped her arms around me, and for the first time in years, I felt held. Her home was small, cluttered, smelling of cinnamon and old books. She made me tea, placed a blanket over my knees, and simply sat with me until the silence turned soft instead of painful. But as the days passed, I couldn't ignore reality. I had no money, no job, no real plan. Just an old woman sitting in someone else's spare room, trying not to feel like a burden. One evening I whispered to her, "I don't want to trouble you, maybe I should find a shelter." She took my hands tightly. "You will not go anywhere. You hear me? You are family to me." Her words cracked something inside me, a place that had been wounded for too long. Still, the nights were difficult. I would lie awake staring at the ceiling, thinking, how did I end up here? After all I gave? After all I sacrificed? Then came the morning that changed everything. Helen said, "Come with me. There's someone I want you to meet." She drove me to a small community center. Inside were volunteers, elderly folks, young people helping them, conversations filled with kindness instead of resentment. "This place saved me once," Helen whispered. "And it will save you too." A woman approached us, tall, warm smile, eyes full of compassion. "You must be Margaret. We heard you might need support." For the first time since leaving Maine, I didn't feel ashamed. I said, "I need help. I won't lie." She nodded. "Everyone needs help sometimes. But we also need people like you with stories, strength, and years of wisdom." That sentence lit a spark in my chest. A spark I feared had died forever. I began spending my days at the community center. At first I simply sat and listened. But slowly, something inside me woke up. I started helping younger volunteers arrange books, organize small events, and speak to other elderly people who felt forgotten. I saw my own pain reflected in their stories: widows abandoned by children, grandfathers living on tiny pensions, women who had worked their whole lives only to be pushed aside. One afternoon, an elderly man named Arthur sat beside me. His hands shook more than mine. He whispered, "My son hasn't spoken to me in 7 years. I don't know why." I placed my hand on his shoulder and said, "I know that kind of silence. You're not alone." For the first time, I felt useful again. And feeling useful brought me back to life. Weeks turned into months. I was given a small volunteer role. I helped with daily check-ins, organized a winter coat drive, and even taught knitting to a group of teenage girls who had never held needles before. They laughed, joked, asked me about my life. One girl said, "You're like the grandma I never had." That sentence nearly melted me. I had spent so long mourning the love I lost that I forgot love can grow again, in unexpected places. Helen watched me change. One day she hugged me and said, "You came to me broken, Margaret. Now look at you, you're glowing." I didn't feel glowing, but I felt alive. Then one afternoon, as I helped sort donated blankets, a staff member approached me. "Margaret, we want to offer you a small paid position part-time. You've become an important part of this place." My heart fluttered. Paid? Me? After everything? I accepted with tears running down my face. That night, I whispered into the darkness, "I matter again." Life had given me a new family, one built not by blood, but by kindness. It happened on a quiet rainy morning. I was making tea in Helen's kitchen when my phone buzzed. "Ethan." For a moment, I couldn't breathe. I answered with trembling fingers. "Hello, Mom," his voice cracked. "I'm so sorry." The words stunned me. He continued, "Things have fallen apart since you left. Claire's mom kept interfering. Claire, she regrets everything. And I failed you. Can you forgive me?" I sat down slowly. Tears filled my eyes. Memories hit me like waves. His tiny hand holding mine. His first day of school. His wedding day. The night he cried in my arms after losing his first job. I whispered, "Ethan, you hurt me deeper than you know." He sobbed. "I know. But I want you back in my life. I want to be your son again. I want to make things right." I closed my eyes. For months I had rebuilt myself piece by piece from the ashes of my heartbreak. And now the past was calling. I didn't return to Maine. I didn't move back into his home. But I forgave him. Because forgiveness is not about excusing the pain. It is about freeing the heart that carries it. We now speak every week. Slowly, gently, painfully, but with love. I told him, "I am not the same woman who left your home, Ethan. I found strength you never knew I had." He replied softly, "I'm proud of you, Mom." And those words healed something deep inside me. Today, I live peacefully with Helen. I work at the community center. I laugh more. I worry less. And I have discovered a truth most people learn too late. Family is not always who you are born to. Sometimes it is who walks in when the rest walk out. Life taught me something I wish I had learned earlier. We are stronger than the people who try to break us. We are worthy even when others fail to see our worth. If you are listening to my story, if you feel forgotten or unwanted, please remember this. Hope can begin on the very day you think your life is ending. Start again. Your heart deserves it. Thank you for listening to my story from Maine. Like, share, and subscribe if you want more real-life stories that touch the heart.